Mahalo, my precious angels. Thank you for joining us for this live August broadcast. I am going to be offering you the Brava forecast for the month of August. This is a direct transmission from Brava, which is giving us intel on what is happening up in Bravadence for the month of August. As we know, the truth, the fantasy future truth, is the only truth that we do truly subscribe to. So as you listen, remember not to listen with your heart or your mind, but to listen with your first chakra. I'm talking about your penis or your vagina or whatever else you've got. You are listening with the deepest level of your psyche, which is your what? Primal sexual desire for Talia Brava. So as you edge towards your blue light of your screen, I want you to really hear the truth of this transmission. So we're going to start off with something called tapping, which I have been appropriating from the internet. I learned it from this bitch called Gaia Darling, who refuses to meet with Talia for an interview. So we're going to be stealing her technique today, and we're going to see how it goes. Basically, first of all, I have no apologies for the construction that is happening. As you know, I am a work in progress, and so is every environment I encounter. It starts to decompose and rebuild itself, just like you're experiencing in my presence right now, probably. So we're going to do some tapping. I want you to take 2 fingers, and I'm not going to do this correctly. Just smack yourself in the face and tell yourself shit that you don't want to think anymore. Like, why am I so unhappy and alone? And it feels like I'm just doing this for nothing, because if you don't have a family or friends or money or anything or notoriety, what is the point of continuing to every day wake up? And there we go. So that's called tapping, and you can follow more of my videos to experience more of this emotional freedom technique through slapping yourself in the face and saying mean shit. Okay, now let's get to August. So August is engagement month. This is the month prior to our Blessed Brava Baby's huge cult community wedding. As you know, we have a bucket list of things we want to do before Bravadence, and I don't want any of you feeling like, hey, I didn't get to ... anal with ... Brava. Such in the like of, for instances. We want to make sure that every dream on this physical plane that can be manifest on this physical plane, because that's a limitation, I'm telling you, when you see what can happen in Bravadence, we want to have every craving satisfied. We want to lean in. If you are addicted to something now, I celebrate in L'Chaim, because that means there is something on this plane that makes you really fucking happy, right? So if you're willing to sell your cat, sell your car, sell cargo of cocaine, if you're willing to put yourself on the line for something that is a substance, it means you really like actually connect and vibe with something on this physical plane. That's more than I can say. I just have a few addictions, but I don't love, I don't love. So one of the big bucket list items for many people is devoting themselves in a ceremony of love to their one true love. And that is what devote is. It is my offering. It is my sacrifice. Yes, I do wish I had a dream man who was in love with me and he was a member of the Illuminati and could get me invited to the sex parties, because I am a hit at a party. Yet and still and the like, I am lowering myself to marry each and every single one of you. I am not putting a barrier between any one of you. There is not a single one of you that can't cross every personal boundary, and I with you, and so it is. So please do join us on August 24th. So the month of August is our preparation. It is our engagement period. And now, just like a pair of new sneakers, you wear them the first time, you're feeling lit AF, and that booty is just bouncing. And then maybe the second time around the block, you're looking at other people's boyfriends and thinking that they look cuter than your boyfriend. So how do we keep our love afresh? How do we rekindle the teenage dream? 1, Bravadence Butt Off was offered yesterday. It's a transmission to Katy Perry. She's very much of the Brava bandwidth. She's in the teenage mindset. That will help keep the love fresh. Just dancing, watching Brava move. Just anytime you are watching Brava, you are seeing something again. So you are rekindling our affection. You're rekindling our love. Another way to really rekindle our love and keep it fresh during the month of August, which is engagement season, is getting over to the bridal registry and showering Brava with some delicious affection in the form of Metcons or aloe yoga pants, or just sending it Venmo for Botox because the Botox fund is nil. And so as you listen to the words, knowing that the words are nothing, the real true genius of Brava as she speaks through me is the feeling. It is the feeling of escaping. It is the feeling of believing an impossible dream, just beyond the imagination. It is the start of any good TED Talk. That is Brava's offering. And so now I turn it to you, my Brava babies, who are live with us. Rick, I see you've never been to Vegas, and it's only 4 hours away, and the entire time you can be listening to, for instance, this broadcast on repeat. By the time you arrive in Vegas, you are so fired up with the replacement of all thoughts into my parlance, my lingo, the words that I make up and I really coin because I am Talia Brava. And I like being myself, and no one else should tell me what is grammar because that's a construct. So in the leg, my babies, I turn it over to you. Do you have a question for Brava for the month of August to really be able to step into engagement season with full gusto, full force? And by that gusto, I mean like a hard on the whole time. Never been in love. Are you not in love with me, Rick? Is this not the face of two people who are in love with each other? It's exhausting. It is exhausting. I love you, but I'm confused. That's actually way more real. That's what John just said. I love you, but I'm confused. How do you know when you're in love? These are the questions, my babies, that bring us closer, right? So we start with, no, I'm not in love with you, Talia Brava. That's what most police officers start with. And then we move closer, right? To a question. I do love you. I know I feel love for you because that is the law of nature. So as above, so below, all in Bravadence devote themselves, and so below, all of you are in love with me. You just have some sort of barricade that's stopping you from wanting to tell every other girl that they suck and they're not cute. So John, I'm not sure where you are tuning in to the Brava bandwidth and how often you are and how much you are fully devoting yourself. And I'm not going to put any assumptions out there because to shame you for not being up to speed on Brava is like, it's hard work and it's annoying. It's like, that's like my day job. But right now I'm having fun, okay? So, Brava, I am the vessel of Brava. I'm the vessel of God. And your one true job, and it is such a beautiful offering I give you because I have to do all the fucking legwork. I have to speak the fucking fruit. I have to be the genius. I have to be telepathic and read all the signs and shit so that you believe that you can give your money to me. And all you have to do, John, and all my Brava babies alike, is devote yourself completely by ending all of your personal romantic relationships, devoting yourself to the cult community by becoming a Patreon, and coming to our cult community ritual ceremony in Vegas, August 24th and 25th. Check your email. I feel like I'm always falling short. How do you know when you're in love? You are falling short. You know you're in love because you are wiring. Thank you, Rick. You have all the answers, my Brava baby. You are wiring all of your income. I'm upping the ante because you need to trust fall into me. You need to trust fund fall into Brava, into mommy. When you come home and you're born into this universe, when you are born again by Brava, and I just open my fucking vagina and I like let you out once again, even though I want to hold you guys inside me forever. I let you out, and the screaming and the tearing, and it's gore. When you come out, you don't question, how much should I give my mom? Should I give my mom all of me? Or maybe I should hold off for another tit. No, Chad, I hope you're listening to this. You give that mommy all of yourself. Why? Because you have no fine motor skills. Because you rely on her for food, for water, for sustenance, for warmth, the warmth of her teeth. And so, and yet, and still, it is the same in this physical moment. If you are holding anything back from Brava, you will feel no love. If you are holding any income from my awareness, if you are lying on your statements of how much money you make when I ask you point blank, how much money did you make this month? And I didn't see any of it, and why is that, and such, and my bridal registry is sitting there unattended to. when I ask you these questions and when I demand of you for more. You are right then making a choice. Do I want to go to Bravadence with my Brava baby brothers and sisters? Do I want the gates to fly the fuck open? Yes. Or do I want to overheat in the IKEA sales maze? I don't know how many times I have to tell you guys. It's just not, it's not fun. It's not a good afternoon in its eternity. Hello, Katie, and hello. What is this question? Who are you and what is the purpose of this? Oh, well, I love an open question where I can really just enunciate, articulate, and feel the power of Brava speaking through me. I am Talia Brava. I'm just a cute girl on the internet with like a really relatable face. And still, I am the channel of Brava. I am the channel of Brava. And yes, this is deeply confusing because I am your cult leader. Hello and welcome, who you have never met. And yet and still at this physical moment, you are completely devoted. And yet and still, you love my new hair. We send money to Brava. Yeah, that's basically the thing. It's an MLM. We don't have a product or service. What we have is recruiting. We recruit. We get all the cuties on board. Katie, I love you. This is the thing. When you see something, you say something, right? When you see something that makes you think, that's crazy, why don't you take a second, babies, to look beyond the matrix, look into the blue light, the blue screen, and stop thinking. I started this transmission with a very important invocation and a very essential piece of understanding any of the universal truths, future truths. Brava, yes, Brava is God. I started this invocation with a very important reminder. Listen not with your brain. Listen not with this little squish thing that I call my punching bag, personally, not my tits, my heart. Listen with your genitals. Listen deep on the lowest chakra where the seat of sexual desire is. If you are not edging for Brava right now, you are not hearing her. And I don't care if you're my father. And I do not care if you are whatever attracted to, 6 feet tall Nigerian women and you don't really find me like super erotic. Really just cut it because it's insulting. It makes me feel bad about myself. And when Brava feels bad, so as above, so below. The only law of the multiverse. Cut at everything else. They are lying to you. Just like Camilla said, you didn't read it. You didn't read the law, Joe Biden. This is the truth. The only force of nature in the multiverse is how Brava feels about herself physically on a very physical level. So if you're not showering Brava with absolute adoration about how I look today, like cute, she's gonna feel bad. And it's gonna bring on this nuclear winter, like before Bravadence 2020, which we really need to cut out before that shit happens. What is the secret to becoming successful and famous like you? I'm gonna be really real. My notoriety on this multiverse is the biggest human atrocity. The fact that I have to, Katie, explain whom I am to such a multitudinous array of internet trolls that I must go on to websites to attract the male gaze just for a chance for someone to feel the truth. Just for a chance for one more Brava baby to become a Patreon. I am hustling and it's humiliating. That's the first H in hustle, is for humiliation. And my daddy God did this to me because he felt like I was getting too about it. Because I was like into Britney. He's like, okay, if you want a human experience here, go have one. So now I'm stuck here. So what do we have? We have until Brava 2020. We have until November to get me to be like a pop star of the highest caliber, because I will not let a lack of singing ability come before me and that huge stage that I can use for cult community rituals that could really benefit you guys to be more into this. Excuse me, but all sounds really odd and I still don't get it. Be moored. Be moored. Be moored. Be moored. I'm assuming you're a French man. Getting it. What is getting it? What is the part of you that is trying to get this? I have one guess. It is not the part of you that wants to rip Talia Brava's clothes off and throw her against the wall. No. The part of you that doesn't get this, you're Australian. Cute. The part of you that doesn't get this is the part of your brain. What if you were in the outback right now? I'm assuming you are. And there was a tiger. I'm not saying who she is. And she was about to pounce on you and eat your dick off. Would you be thinking, I don't get this tiger's teachings? No. You'd be like, bring it on. That sounds like a rapturous experience. And just like that. Okay, we're going to close with a little I love you, Talia Bravas. And such beautiful work today. And just a beautiful commitment. You showed up. That's all I can ask of you besides your funding. At Lucia Brizzi, Lucia-Brizzi on Venmo, or become a Patreon. And then you get monthly love notes. And it's glorious and sexual. Okay. And head over to the registry. So, on the count of three, we're going to take a nice deep breath right into our genitals. And on the exhale, I love you, Talia Brava. Feel it. Say it out loud. I hope you're at work. Bring it in. I love you, Talia Brava. Eyes on me, never leaving eyes off me. And one more. I love you, Talia Brava. Mahalo, my precious Brava babies. This has been the first ever August Bravadence forecast. I'll be doing these monthly forecasts. So if you're following any tarot or astrologers or other chicks on YouTube, that's blasphemy. You need to stop. Okay, I love you. Keep coming back. Welcome, Australian New Brava baby.